PI, we are live back in the studio with the amazing JP. And yes, we had to, start off a bang, but also end with a bang as well. You might not be aware, but JP has launched a new collection. And I have to say, this is a beautiful one because it's made from South Auckland, from the hood to the runway. And he's here to speak more about it. JP, can you please introduce yourself to our people, but also speak more about what's happening with this beautiful collection?
Yo, what's up, Malolele? My name's John-Paul Foliaki. I'm a New Zealand-born Tongan. I'm 26 years old. I'm from South Auckland, and I'm an aspiring creative artist. But I was here before talking about the showcase that we did early on in the year, but this time around it's for something different. I'm starting a thrift shop. It's called From the Hood to the Runway. We launch on Saturday. We're starting around midday, and we're just going to continue on till whenever. We've got a lot of cool, I guess, pre-loved clothing. It's going to be at my house. I'm going to drop the address a bit later on because, it's got to be careful.
It's mama's.
I'm not sure if my mum and dad are alright with that. They're going to hear this and be like, did we approve that? But yeah, so it starts, our launch is on Saturday. But if you've been following our social media page, you'll see that it's a lot more than just a thrift shop.
Yes.
I wanted to have an important message behind it. So what we're doing is, we're selling cheap clothes. The most expensive thing will probably be like $25.
Oh my god!
But like I said, if you've been following our social media page, you'll see that we had a few models. Tanika's our older sisters. My cousin Tiara Aladini and Phoenix Puleanga, and they are from Otara. We chose a specific area in their hood. We got them in some cool fits, took some cool photos, but the most important thing was they got to share their message. How important is Otara to them? What's it like being from that area? What their hope is for the hood. And I guess what fashion means to them and how they can use it as a form of self-expression for expressing themselves, who they are, where they're from, and what they love.
I love it. JP, this is the first time ever that we're going to be seeing a thrift shop within South Auckland, but also from, I guess, residents from the area as well. And also it's thriving. When I think about it, it got me kind of like, wow, this is changing up the scene of how we see fashion. And yes, it's thrift, but it's being creative with that as well. And how has that been for your journey? You've come from a creative background and now you're putting that into perspective. And also, I keep saying this to you, your mindset is 50 years ahead of its time because
I'm an old bag.
You're putting your you see the vision already, and it's real beautiful. How did you come up with this concept to put into From the Hood to the Runway?
Yeah, so I said it online, and if you've been following me on social media on JP Got Music, that page, you'll see. I think about this time last year I had left my job. And I wanted to pursue things more in the creative space, more specifically music. And as I started exploring music more and more, I started remembering things that I loved before I got into corporate or before I even got to university, and that was things like fashion, music, and even acting and things like that in the creative space. Of course, since I left my job, I needed an income, right? So I wrote down a list of things that I loved, and on that list, fashion was one of them. And I just let it sit there but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. But there's a few other op shop pages as well that are already online. My mates, Jazz and also Money, they run op cops. And that inspired me to cool, that's an actual avenue that you can get some money and also do something meaningful for your community from it. So that's why I wanted to tap into that. So I was like, cool, I can explore fashion a bit more and also, I guess, add a little bit more to the bank because I'm broke. This bag is here, but it's empty.
We all are. And this is what I love about it. It's finding a really, cool, effective way of people coming together. And also letting them know that you can buy stuff from your own area. Because if you think about it, we come to South Auckland, where do we usually go to? The mall. We go to the town centre, get out. But where do we find creative outfits from? When you're going to a festival, concert, you're going to a club, or you're going to your birthday, or you're going to a special occasion, we can actually go to someone that is from the community. And was that kind of part of the vision for you?
Yeah, and it was also, I think just sharing a bit of myself with the community, what's the things that I love doing. And a lot of people know, my friends and family, that I do music and stuff, but also getting into fashion is something that I've wanted to do since I was in high school. And I don't really have the time to like learn yet to design or to create.
Right. But you're a creator.
Yeah. And I like using fashion as a form of self-expression. And I think that that's something that a lot of people can relate to as well, not only just in our Pacific community, but just generally. And I hope that it can become bigger than that. And of course, though, like I said, this really is for the hood. So if people come to the launch next Saturday, they'll see fits that they can rock pretty much anywhere.
Yes.
And also, I'm hoping to give a small amount of the proceeds to, I guess, an organization that might need it in the hood as well. So we'll see.
I love it. And I have to say, you know how you took shots of different areas within the South Auckland? I love that because I don't really see it. We don't really see it on photography. People are usually going to a beautiful scene. I'm not saying that South Auckland's not a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
But
something that looks bougie.
That looks crazy.
And you know what's cracker? When I took some of those photos, and a lot of people like they saw them and they look mean. Yes, I'm just gassing myself up now, but they look good. Like the backdrop looked nice and everything, and they were like, "Oh, where's that?" But it's obvious it's from the park in South Auckland, like from somewhere they know, but they just couldn't connect it because one, the clothes, the model, like the confidence that they're showing, and just the general aesthetic of it, they didn't pick it out straight away. And that's what I wanted to show, is that you can be beautiful and show beautiful things from the hood, and you don't have to be from outside the community. And if you want to be a model, you want to get into fashion, you want to get into music, you don't need to go out into an area that you're not even from or unfamiliar with, or show something that's not familiar with yourself. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping to show through this thrift shop, which is why it's called From the Hood All the Way to the Runway.
I love it. And you know what, that's what really sparked when I saw like even before it's like, do you feel like you're bringing some element of change to our community, JP? Like you've done that with your show. You brought people in community together. You brought families thinking about mental health, well-being, yourself. And now you're jumping into the scene of fashion and putting a trademark to it for people to wake up and be like, hey, you can be who you are around your own scene. We've got resources within that hub as well. How are you seeing that manifest
for sure.
today?
I also just, it goes back to, I guess, encouraging people to do what they want to do, be who they want to be. I mean, like, we've got bags, like, and you know, of course, bags are mostly worn like by females, but if you've seen like the most recent I guess posts that I've done or fits that I've been wearing, and it's all op shop fits, is a lot of them are bags, and you know, there's boys as well that they want to rock bags too.
Exactly.
And they have been rocking bags as well, and they've inspired me to just wear whatever. And it's not about like the fit or the item or like whatever sex or gender it belongs to. It's kind of how you feel rocking it and what it looks like, and
what
the confidence
you
have behind it. Yeah, exactly. I feel like rocking an empty bag that looks like a comic book.
I love it, and that's the energy that you get from JP as well, for those that are tuning in. But one last question, JP. What do you hope to bring in 2021? Yes, we see you in the scene of art. We see you as JP as a person. We see you out in the community. But for yourself as well, we can tell this is not the last thing that you're going to be doing. But what's coming up in 2021? The girls are smiling.
I'm not too sure yet. I do definitely want to get out some original music.
Ooh.
I've got like a whole bank of original music that I've been working on for ages, and I'm wanting to release more of that. So definitely more in the music scene. I want to get more music out, but also just get some of this op shop stuff out as well.
I can't wait. You know what? I'm ready to shop, and I'm pretty sure you all are ready to shop as well. So make sure you stay tuned for the launch that will be happening next week on Saturday.
Yep,
but also
Saturday,
the Instagram page, Facebook page as well. I stalk your Facebook page, even though the page is coming through. And the Instagram page, where you can see the updates of the first couple of models that have been posted on, sharing what's been happening around the South Auckland region, but also to shop and support your local as well. And JP, any last bit of words, acknowledgements that you'd like to give to those that have kind of been part of your journey, but helping you bring your dream to life, especially videography, those that are working behind the scene, that are not really in the scene, in the front of the picture, but for yourself as well?
Yeah, for sure. For this particular project, I just want to firstly say a massive thank you to my mates who inspired me to, I guess, be more confident in the things that I want to wear, because that's what's going to be coming through this thrift shop. But I also want to say thank you to the models. They all know who they are, and you'll see them as I continue to post them out through the Instagram account. I want to say thank you to them, to the makeup artists who helped with the launch, Ake Whakamoala, Gabby Manu, and there's a whole lot more. Also brown, there's Nia, Liam, and you know what's cool? They're all Pacific and they're all brown, proud Pacific Island, young Pacific Island talent.
JP, so cool. You're changing the game, and also you're bringing some beautiful change within the community as well. We can't wait to see more, but I need to get my bag ready because it's waiting.
That's us on Saturday.
It's waiting for empty bag.
Saturday, 23rd.
That's going to be happening. Right now, we got some Chicken Meat Bargain by Design. And JP, that's not the last time that we'll be seeing him as well. I'm going to be adding social media pages for you to follow. Ka kite!
Let it go!
Pacific people together.